right, should be fixed now. should be fixed now. Sorry guys. Oh man. Okay, echo. Should be fixed now. How about now? How about now, guys? Good? Yes? No? Good? Fixed? All right. All right. I feel like this happens all the time. I'm sorry about that, guys. I just have to click a button. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. All right. Let me restart. Let me refresh. Okay. Bitcoin Cash, obviously, massive run up with Bitcoin Cash. A lot of market manipulation, a lot of crazy things going on. Let's take a look at the markets first and see what percentage of Bitcoin Cash is and what's going on. So right now, BitHum is controlling 31% of the Bitcoin Cash market. That's pretty gigantic still. A lot of money going in and out of Bitcoin Cash through the Korean markets, and Corbett sitting at 4%. So a solid 35% strictly coming out of Korea, which is, and Coin One. Okay, a solid almost 50%, guys, coming out of Korea, which is, that is not a decentralized facet right there. If you see volume 31%, here's another one, 6%. Here, and here's another one, 5%, roughly 5%, roughly 6%. We'll just average that out. A little bit under 50% here for the Korean market. And I don't know if I'm missing anything else. Nope. And the USD is about 11% for Bitfinex, and Bittrex and Bitfinex also holding with the Bitcoin pairing here roughly around 15%. So that's the where the market's coming from, is the Korean markets. BitHum still focuses or is still the heavy leader here on Bitcoin Cash market. So I wouldn't get too optimistic if you're a Bitcoin Cash or if you're a big block believer that Bitcoin Cash is going to overtake Bitcoin. I think it's still way too early to tell. It's still very important to stay on top of the market. I think people will slowly start cashing out. I mean, this 24-hour volume is quite insane here, guys. It's really, really insane. I mean, let's take a look at that. Let's take a look at that 24-hour volume here. And so we're going to zoom in all the way to the top. Okay, let's keep zooming in here. Okay, so these past couple days have been the most voluminous days that we've ever had in cryptocurrency history. The most voluminous days that we've ever had in cryptocurrency history. That's just absolutely outstanding. The last time we even came close was during the whole China FUD, that big bounce back. We were at 11 billion. Now we're consistently, these last couple of days, ever since around the 11th here, we've come soaring past that 11 billion. We're at 15 billion now. We were at a peak at around 22 billion dollars traded every single day. Absolutely outstanding. Let me know what you guys think of the live chat. Are you guys for Bitcoin Cash? What is your rhetoric? Like, do you like Bitcoin Cash? Do you like Jihan Wu? You like Roger Ver manipulating the markets? Do you think Bitcoin Cash is going to take over the markets? Let me hear your arguments. Obviously, I want to get as much information as you guys want to give me, and let's see, like, what is my audience, or what do you guys think about Bitcoin Cash? I personally think Bitcoin isn't going anywhere anytime soon. I think eventually Bitcoin will be replaced by something better, faster, smarter, stronger, even more decentralized than Bitcoin. But in the short term, I don't think Bitcoin Cash is the solution. So this is. Let's go back to. We opened this up a couple days ago, and we showed you how to get here. It's bitinfocharts.com, and we'll go to the comparison. So I will post this in the live chat here, guys. So bitinfocharts.com. Okay, and so let's just take a look straight through it here for you guys. All right, we're going to look at transactions right now and see how many transactions are happening on Bitcoin versus Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is the orange line, so we're going to go all the way down to the 12th here. It doesn't quite give us the 13th, so that 13th is today. So we're going to look at the 12th right now. And so right now we have 76,000, as of yesterday, not including today. So 76,000 transactions happening on Bitcoin Cash. with Bitcoin with 185,000 transactions. So pretty big difference there. Block size, I still think Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Cash still remember, Bitcoin Cash has variable block size as well. Bitcoin has a hard one megabyte block size. Of course, it could be less if there's less transactions crammed into Bitcoin, but most of the times it is packed to the brim for that 1 megabyte block size. And we're staying steady at 1 megabyte block size, and Bitcoin Cash really hasn't... there's really no evidence that the larger block sizes even matter here, since there isn't enough transaction volume on Bitcoin Cash. We haven't seen those 8 megabyte block sizes yet, so it's essentially useless right now. Those 8 megabyte block sizes. But it is variable, so you could obviously see it could go up and could go down. So actually, let's check out hash rate. Hash rate is by far one of the most definitive things that you will see. The hash rate is the amount of work or amount of power that's brought into whether it be Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin here is in blue, and again, Bitcoin Cash is here is in reddish orange. So we finally saw that Bitcoin Cash there's a little bit more work being put into Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin, and that's pretty interesting. I mean, a lot of the mining pools may be switching over. It's still too early to tell, but another big one is mining profitability. And mining profitability, Bitcoin Cash is still soaring way above Bitcoin. I think it will equalize relatively soon. I don't think much vendors still accept Bitcoin Cash. I know it's January 1st for Coinbase to actually accept Bitcoin Cash, and I don't know if the markets will actually be open. It could just be that they credit you your Bitcoin Cash and you withdraw it accordingly. But we obviously don't know that yet, and we'll find out more as the time goes on. Let's look at average transaction fee. Okay, insane fees here for Bitcoin. Compared to Bitcoin Cash, it's sitting at $19.20 as the average transaction fee, while as Bitcoin Cash is at 0.307. So really low compared to Bitcoin. Really high compared to Bitcoin Cash. And we'll see the median transaction fee. So about the middle of the pack transaction fee, $12.90 compared to the 2 cents on Bitcoin Cash. But still, I'm not really impressed that Bitcoin Cash is going to, overtake Bitcoin. If we compare it to these others, like let's see, XMR, LTC, let's see this. So again, if we look at Litecoin here, it's 4 cents, which is a little bit lower, but let's look at the average transaction fee. So the average transaction fee on Litecoin is still significantly lower. It's only 33%, so around 33% of what Bitcoin Cash is. So you get a major discount by transacting on Litecoin. So what does Bitcoin Cash really offer here? It doesn't look like it's that much. We'll check out the hash rate. Of course, the hash rate is significantly higher for Bitcoin to Bitcoin Cash. There's no doubt about that. There's absolutely no doubt about that. Let's look at the block size here. I think, it really doesn't make too big of a difference. If you really think, it's all about transaction fees, it's really not smart. It's really not a smart bet to hedge all you have on Bitcoin Cash, considering there are so many more cheaper options for a transaction medium. Just looking at, let's go back to the average transaction fee. Just looking at Litecoin, it's significantly cheaper than Bitcoin Cash. Monero gives you that insane privacy feature where with ring signatures, so really doesn't have you can't really compare it, but it's still much cheaper than Bitcoin. All three of them are still much cheaper than Bitcoin. But I don't think Bitcoin Cash gives you an incredible return or incredible peace of mind compared to whether Litecoin or Bitcoin or Monero. It's just way too early to tell. So definitely keep an eye out on that, guys. And we're gonna go over to the BitHum markets. And we're going to check out the Bitcoin Cash Korean markets and see what's going on. And we see this gigantic drop here because they did suspend trading for a little bit because of the massive market manipulation. And this is the Korean won. This is the by far the one of the most traded assets on in Korea is Bitcoin Cash to the Korean won pairing rather. So we could see just these psychological levels. You could see these whole number psychological levels creating those walls. But we're going to go to the Bitfinex USD market for Bitcoin Cash because, we're here and it makes a little bit more sense. And boom, wow, look at that, guys. 2,000 whoa, 20,000. Okay, that's I think there's a little bit of a glitch here on Bitcoin Cash here. Either that's telling me that there's no wall whatsoever, or there's definitely a huge glitch here, guys. I would not recommend using this exchange either. I mean, wow, that is. It says, according to this, it says there's no wall until $20,000 or $14,000 and for Bitcoin Cash, which doesn't make much sense here. Is that BCC? Oh, that's why. I'm looking at the wrong markets here. Okay, so that also looked really weird for Bitcoin in the USD. I believe this is BitConnect BCC, and BCH is Bitcoin Bitcoin Cash, and I mean that was weird. That is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. This does not look normal, right, guys? I mean, yeah, that does not look normal for Bitcoin or BitConnect rather. With a massive wall at 2,000. Okay, 20,000 rather. That is weird. That's just weird. I'm not even going to try to analyze that or go into the technicals of that. But here is the walls. So the walls, it does look like there's some support here gaining for Bitcoin Cash. But as a whole, I mean, we'll check out the daily for Bitcoin Cash and see what it really is trying to do here. Let's go to my chart here. And so I have a preloaded chart here showing all my different indicators. And we will go to Bitfinex and we will go to Bitcoin Cash at USD pairing. And I generally try to pick the most voluminous exchange for my pairing here for Bitcoin Cash. So let's just look at let's actually zoom into the 4 hour here. So yeah, I mean, so we're definitely still way below water here. It definitely is way underneath the MACD here. So it does look like we are still headed down, but we could be headed towards a reversal if these markets do, kind of get a little pump here. We are headed down on the stoichiometric RSI. We're pretty low on the stoichiometric RSI, but we could stay there for a while. On the regular RSI, we're at 57, so still a little bit overbought. But that's obviously evident. That run up was not natural whatsoever. It was not natural market movement. That was big institutions or big investors here, like Jihan Wu, like Roger Ver, kind of taking control, taking reins of the market, and and that's. I don't know about you guys, but that scares the hell out of me. When a couple people can manipulate the market so heavily, and pump into Bitcoin Cash and are huge stakeholders in Bitcoin Cash, that's very concerning to me. And, I don't like to keep my faith in one particular person or a group of particular people. I'd rather, go with a tried and true tested Bitcoin where, it is way more decentralized than Bitcoin Cash right now. And we're still seeing those MACD levels still dropping here. And we're going to zoom in even a little bit closer. And I am reading your guys' comments here. Okay, Bitcoin will always be Bitcoin. If you think that changes or even concerned, even if you don't hold it. Yeah, that's true. People bring LTC as an alternative to BCH. If that is, it's also an alternative to Bitcoin, right? Yes, of course. Litecoin is Bitcoin silver. That's what they even like to call themselves. Charlie Lee, the founder and CEO of Litecoin, even said that himself, that Litecoin is Bitcoin silver. All right, Fork LOL shows Bitcoin at a better profit. Coin Wars, more profit to mine Bitcoin Cash. Yes, actually, right now you're completely right. Mining profitability. We'll go back to mining profitability here. Okay, let's get out of Monero because apparently Monero is completely skewing that, and we're gonna get out of Litecoin too. Okay, so right now, because this is ASIC mining. right now it is extremely more profitable, almost solid 35% more profitable. As of yesterday, this is not updated to today. This historical chart only gains values every 24 hours, every 24 hours. So you will see that it is, significantly more popular, or significantly more profitable rather. So it is interesting to see that Bitcoin Cash is gaining a little bit of momentum among miners here. But we will see, even for the hash rate, we will see as time goes on, the hash rate finally did supersede Bitcoin, so a little bit more power going into Bitcoin Cash than Bitcoin right now. But we will see the charts, and we will see how the market sentiment really folds out here. But I wouldn't get too optimistic too fast. We do see a MACD cross here on the blue level, but we don't see that exponential rise again. I think the Bitcoin Cash market wants to stabilize a little bit, whether before it makes its next move, whether that be a breakout or a breakdown here. So we're just gonna go back even deeper into the hourly here. So we could see these clear levels forming, and actually on the hourly, it looks like we may be slowing down and maybe headed down, maybe hitting one of these slight tops here on Bitcoin Cash rather, and we're even seeing that on the wave trend. Too early to tell right now. We could zoom in even closer on the 30-minute. And we are headed down on the 30-minute, and we're headed down on the MACD on the 30-minute as well. So it is on the extreme short term. We are headed down for Bitcoin Cash, and we're going to take a closer look at what's actually going on here on a candlestick pattern. So we're going to go to BCH, BTC, USD, because that is a higher volume market on Bitfinex here. I think TradingView and Coinigy, they're a little bit different. Oh, of course. I'm sorry if you guys if I ran through this a little bit fast, but the MACD kind of indicates your top and your bottom, and I'm gonna draw this out. I know people have seen this a lot on my stream, but oh wow, that is not a good color to look at, huh? Okay, so that's red. Okay, and we're gonna look at it again, and we're going. We want to get that back to red here. Okay. All right, and we will go to white here, and we will go here, and we will select out of that, and then we'll click that again, and we will draw a green line. Okay, that's what I like to see. Okay, so if you're looking at the blue line is fast, and the red line is slow, and so when it crosses at a higher interval, you don't want to look at 30 minutes. You want to look at the higher intervals, whether that be 4-hour, 6-hour, 8-hour daily. So we'll go, but for now we'll look at the 30-minute, right? This is not a good indicator. A 30 minutes not a good confirmation, right? So the blue line is fast. So let's just okay, 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna zoom in here. So the blue line is fast, and the red line is slow. Actually, yeah. So the red line is slow. So as you see, it's going down, it's going down, it's going down. This is the red line. That means it's a negative slope. And the bottom, the white, when you want to catch it right here, is the bottom. So the transition between a downward movement to an upward movement, a little bit of a bearish pattern to a bullish pattern, and upward movement indicates a bullish pattern. So when you see right here indicates a top, what you see right here indicates a bottom. So when you see let's draw something for you here. I'm going to draw it in yellow. So when you see this is a top, and when you see this on the blue line here, on the fast blue line here, on the 12 candle average right here, MACD, moving average convergence divergence here, you will see this is the top and this is the bottom. And we'll pull this out to 4 hours just to show you guys how accurate it actually is. Oops, sorry about that. So right here, when we see that top on the blue, we saw that was a top here. And we did indicate that this was a top. This was correct. And on the bottom, we are indicating that this is a bottom. It's still too early to see whether this is a false bottom, and it could continue going down. Most likely it will continue going down. And the stoichiometric RSI kind of shows you a logarithmic or stoichiometric approach to the RSI. And what is on RSI? It shows you oversold and overbought patterns. Well, if you're over here, it shows you're extremely overbought. So that means a downtrend is more likely. And over here, it shows you you're even, while you're down a lot, it shows you're extremely oversold, below the 30. And when you're below over 75, it shows you're over bought, right? So if you're oversold, it indicates that there could be some buy pressure incoming. So that's just a quick tidbit I wanted to show you guys. Let's go. Okay, hey Brett Green, one of our very frequent viewers here. Hope so. All good. Hope so. Hello from Lake Tahoe. I heard Lake Tahoe is beautiful. That's fantastic. I wonder where else are you guys from? I'm located here in Los Angeles. Yeah, I mean, I love it out here. It's sunny all the time and beautiful every day. Moved out here. I came from Philadelphia. And Philadelphia is freezing right now, I heard. So I don't want to go back there anytime soon. But I heard Lake Tahoe is beautiful. Let's look back here on Bitcoin Cash USD on TradingView, and we'll show you candle indicators here. Let's go 4-hour indicator here. Okay. So we saw a bullish engulfing of the previous day, and then bearish engulfing of the previous candle, and then a bearish engulfing 2 candles before that. And we see multiple dojis as it goes up and it goes down. So we saw dojis. Dojis kind of mean uncertainties in the market, and we continuously see inverse hammers and dojis. And an inverse hammer kind of indicates a bottom trend here. And I'd be very, very careful trading in and out of Bitcoin Cash because it's very easy to get burnt here. We're gonna look at closer in the hourly interval just to see what's going on, and it does look like we're. If this does follow like the same pattern we're looking at, I'm just gonna show you exactly what could fold out here. We'll travel down here and then probably another back up here, right? And I'm looking directly only at the blue line. And like we said, this indicates a small top. I mean, we don't know until it actually happens, but let's zoom back out. I mean, if this actually happens, that means we would be headed towards another downturn, and we are looking at a green momentum here, but it looks like the pressure is waning. And it looks like we may see a wave trend cross here on Bitcoin Cash. I know I've been going through Bitcoin Cash a lot, but it's pretty critical for the entire market when you look at Bitcoin Cash for everything else. Let's see. Oh, wow. Kalmar, Estonia. That's all the way out there, huh? Europe. That's amazing. I really hope the cryptocurrency markets take off everywhere. I heard a lot of good things, a lot of positive things coming from the European Union and Europe in general about cryptocurrency adoption. So I'm definitely glad to see that. I mean, in America, it's always I feel like we're kind of the last. We used to be leaders here in the world, but now in America, it seems like we're always trailing behind Southeast Asia. It feels like Southeast Asia and Europe, which kind of adopts technology before us. All right, I'm sorry, Marina. I'll go through it. What future projects are the BCH development team working on now? So, if you go to the BCH GitHub, and I'm not going to go through it right now, but I'll talk about it because I looked through it last night. If you go to the BCH GitHub, or you go to Arc GitHub or Komodo's GitHub, or you look at all these different projects, you'll see BCH. Last time they did anything really proactive was September. I mean, that is just not good enough for me. When you're last active in September, a lot of the programmers or developers rather were last active in September. I mean, you expect me to give you my hard-earned cash, hard traded cash, or Bitcoin to get something that hasn't been worked on for a month? I mean, that's a hard sell. That's just a hard sell, guys. I mean, I don't know how anyone could really expect to give that much money to a project that hasn't been even established and is not really decentralized. I mean, the top 1% of the accounts probably own like 40% of the Bitcoin Cash. So it's pretty hard to swallow that Bitcoin Cash will take over Bitcoin. I mean, a massive agenda by Roger Ver and Jihan Wu and those guys. I mean, Eric Voorhees and them. I mean, a little bit speculative, and especially with the Mt. Gox thing going on, and people getting their money back valued at $400 a Bitcoin. I mean, it's it's just too scammy right now. I mean, I would not touch Bitcoin Cash. I mean, I still have my Bitcoin Cash. I sold a little at the top here, but you know, it's interesting. Again, hey, greetings from Italy. Wow, that's awesome. We're in Italy. You know, one of the places I've always wanted to watch, or go to rather. Wow, every time I ask a question, people skip to the TA. I'm guessing there's no answer. Yeah, there's no significant answer for the development team there, guys. Hey, what's the name of the website that shows Bitcoin mining charts? So this is the website I've been using. You can see different indicators. I will post it in the live chat here. I will post the live chat here, down there. Yep, okay. It is posted in the live chat, so go check that out, guys. I'll also post it in the comments once this live chat is over, because obviously people can't look at the live chat. Cheers from Venezuela. Awesome. I heard cryptocurrencies was huge in Venezuela right now, which is pretty awesome. I mean, I wish I wouldn't even have to pay rent in dollars. I mean, I hate transacting in dollars. I mean, I wish everything could be traded, whether it be Ripple or Litecoin, or obviously not Bitcoin, because it'd be like $20 to buy, you know, like a $1 item right now. But yeah, hi from Ireland. Any point of using TA when we're dealing with market manipulation? Interesting. Very, very interesting. So TA is kind of thrown out of the window. Technical analysis is kind of thrown out of the window when there's these huge whales impacting the market. Okay? Massive, massive, massive whales impacting the market. Jihan Wu, Roger Ver, all these massive miners coming in here and kind of manipulating the market, showing, hey, kind of flexing their muscles like, hey, we could obviously do this. I mean, if this was any other industry, there'd be massive regulations be putting in place, you know, but since Bitcoin is kind of unregulated right now, it's really difficult to, you know, slap anyone on the wrist even. So honestly, there's not. And we're going to go on. We're going to go on and take a look at cryptosimonic.com and see... whoops, sorry about that, guys. We're gonna go to cryptosimonic.com and see what else is going on in the markets, because obviously, you know, there's a lot of big things going on here in the markets today. So Bitcoin is up 10%. Still very, very, you know, wavy or like cyclical movement going on here with Bitcoin. So we haven't gone through Bitcoin yet. So we're gonna go check out BTC, USD on Coinbase. Okay, we're going to hide those candles because that's not good to us right now. And we're going to go to the 4-hour. Kind of zoomed out, a little bit of zoomed out version here. So we drew this green support line, you know, weeks or maybe months ago, showing that this was critical support. We broke down from it. This was a good time to sell at 64 before, and it was a good time to pick up around that 55 mark here. And we're sitting a little bit below that support level, and but we have broken out from that parallel channel. So we are still severely bullish here. We finally did. We are confirmed going up on Bitcoin. That is a long-term confirmation. So if you're holding in the long term, and I'm talking about weeks here, guys, we are confirmed that it does look like we are headed up a little bit. And we're going to zoom into even closer time frames to see what exactly is going on. So in the short term, it looks like momentum is you know, waning a little bit, with the wave trend almost crossing and the MACD almost crossing down here, kind of showing a small top. And we're going to go even deeper here into the hourly. And it does show that it did cross over. So in the severe short term, we may be seeing a little bit of a downside in Bitcoin, but we did see that incredible recovery from Bitcoin from that 56 mark to all the way to 64 mark, and that's where we're sitting around right here, around the 65 mark here, 64, 65 mark, with momentum a little bit of waning here, and I do expect a little bit of a red bar, a little bit of a negative downturn going on in the severe short term, in the hourly indicator. But well, let's even look at the daily for extreme long-term views. So it does look like we are slowing down a little bit. It still looks like we're headed down, but stoichiometric shows that we are at the lowest point that we will possibly get with the momentum kind of waning. So it does look like we're still going down here, but it's still too early to tell. Definitely some good opportunities to look at if you look in the hourly here, guys. So Bitcoin, I don't think is a terrible bet right now if you are looking for the extreme long term. But I would allow this to play out a little bit on the short term. Maybe wait a couple days. I mean, this is just too early. I mean, I still think that cash is going to keep pouring in and out of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. So it's definitely interesting to see. Okay, now we're going to go into the altcoins. Yes, BCH will eventually take out BTC. Wow, there's this plan. Hedge until fuck regulations. Governments will never take control of crypto to be able to regulate. We will not let them. I mean, that's a very interesting philosophy, Ash. Very, very interesting philosophy. It's still too early to tell. I just don't like how Bitcoin Cash was handled. I mean, I just don't think a few people should be able to dictate the market. I don't like this rhetoric. I don't like my cash, my literal deposits being decreased. I did hold on to my Bitcoin Cash. I actually sold some at around 21, 22. I sold about 30% of my portfolio in Bitcoin Cash, or my Bitcoin Cash holdings rather. So I did come out with a profit there, and I don't think I will be buying anytime soon, just because I just don't believe in the message, guys. I mean, if you're thinking about a transaction medium, use Litecoin. Shoot, use Ripple, use Dogecoin. Everything's cheaper than that. Everything's cheaper than Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash. I mean, so much cheaper than Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin. So many transaction mediums. And if you're looking at decentralized nature, then Bitcoin Cash again is not what you want. And if you're saying, oh, bigger blocks, well, the bigger blocks haven't even been utilized yet. So I really don't see much appeal to Bitcoin Cash. I mean, everyone is entitled to their own view, and you should watch and be educated as much as you can. Follow the news. Make sure you're not listening to one particular party. Just make sure you're not listening to one particular party. If some other popular YouTuber says, hey, buy this, sell this, buy this, don't listen to them. No one's a financial advisor. No one knows what to do with your money. But it is important to gather all these views. I mean, obviously I'm not a big proponent of Bitcoin Cash, but it is important to trade in and out. I mean, I held onto my Bitcoin Cash until now. I mean, I still have about 70% of my Bitcoin Cash, and I have a stop loss set. I have a stop loss set right around 1100. Will we ever hit that mark? Who knows? Will Bitcoin Cash ever surpass Bitcoin? Who knows? But it's definitely good to stay safe, stay educated, and stay neutral. Don't listen to one party over the other. Don't follow this terrible rhetoric from Reddit. Whether that be on our Bitcoin or our BTC or our cryptocurrency. There's so much FUD going around, and don't listen to anybody. Just do your own research. Honestly, do what feels right. Obviously, I think gut investment, educated gut investment, not just hey, I like the smell or the name of this. No, get educated, and that's really the best way to do. And we offer this course on Udemy. Let me take you guys there. I'll just take you to the YouTube here. If you go to our YouTube banner, you could see the Udemy marked up there. So pretty good, pretty good course to get started. On everything cryptocurrency related. So do check that out if you really want to, learn more about cryptocurrencies. There's a lot of technical analysis. Exactly what we do to buy into coins here. Like we bought into Neo at $1, and a lot of fundamental learning here, because it's good to stay educated about what's going on the roadmap, the PR marketing. It's good to just take everything as a whole picture, a whole dose of this stuff. So I don't want to bore you guys too much about that, but let's go on to the altcoins here, guys. Everyone around the world, Ireland, Ohio, Mark from Ohio, Jane from Ireland. Wow, everyone's coming from all over the place. Qtum is a good hedge against Neo. Absolutely. I love Qtum. I'm staking Qtum right now. I have a laptop in the other room that's staking Qtum right now. I'm staking ARK. I'm staking Qtum. I'm staking my Neo. So, except, I don't really like how I'm getting gas instead of actual Neo coins. But whatever. I'm still making earnings, right? I'm making money in my sleep, essentially, right? So, I think staking is a great way of... maintaining your portfolio and keeping that level head. If there's a good project, whether that be Qtum, Neo, solid projects, OMG, ARK, Komodo. Komodo a little iffy, especially with the delay of Monaco, the decentralized ICO. I still think it's amazing tech. It's good projects you should invest into so you can sleep sound at night. That's in my opinion. All right, so let's go over OMG, and we're going to go on the BTC marker because I think that is the highest volume here. So one of the ways that we do go through it, we're going to go to CoinMarketCap, and we're going to go down to OMG here. Let's let it load. Okay, and we're going to go to the markets in OMG. So the highest volume is in Bittrex. So we're going to go check out the Bittrex OMG marker here. Or we could go on Bitfinex. And I think I like Bitfinex a little bit better because it's paired to USD, which is a little bit more stable than Bitcoin right now. So we're actually going to go to OMG USD on Bitfinex. All right. I mean, that's a pretty chart. It's downtrending, but that's a nice cyclical chart there. I love cyclical movement. Okay. So on the 4 hour, let's see this. Momentum waning a little bit. I mean, I think it finally did finally upward movement has been confirmed. 66 candle average crossed. Upward movement confirmed. MACD cross. Still looking pretty positive here. I really do like OMG as a bet. I mean, I know OMG's roadmap. Everything did get delayed. I know that happened, but this is a great hedge, guys. I think it's pretty damn sure that I feel very confident in OMG, specifically with Vitalik Buterin's involvement. He's an official advisor. Only 2 projects he's officially advising: Kyber and OMG. That's the only 2 projects he's advising. Anything else you heard about Vitalik, complete FUD. 2 projects he's advising, he'll even say that, is OMG and Kyber. And OMG, already a multi-billion-dollar company. Millions of people already use Omise, the parent company, already is an established company. And Omise Go is a platform that they are about to launch. It's a payment processor. A little bit like your Venmos, a little bit like your PayPal, and they are looking to also implement a decentralized exchange. So huge potential. And I think decentralized exchanges, it's only a matter of time before they are the future. I mean, regulations, no regulations, BitShares kind of crumbled on me here. A little bit of a BitShares bag holder, I'll admit, a little bit of a BitShares bag holder. But I still think decentralized exchanges are the future. I mean, that's a solid bet. I mean, in the extreme future, whether that be a year, 6 months to a year down the line, there is going to be a leader, whether that be Kyber, whether that be OX, whether that be Open Ledger, whether that be Blocknet, whether that be BitShares. It's very, very interesting to see how the technology progresses. All right, so OMG. I mean, let's draw this out, guys. I mean, I think this is pretty relevant here. I mean, we were seeing a downward trend in the long term, but it does seem like after we've hit that 66 candle average, it does look like we are hitting the positive returns here. And we're going to switch out to the daily for a little bit more longer view. I mean, we are still headed towards that downward trend. It still looks like it. I mean, the MACD, it's still kind of wavering here. I really wouldn't put too much faith in the MACD wave trend as well. Looking finally, it's looking like it's not crossing through that red. I mean, that's a relief. The momentum indicator, finally a single candle of green on the momentum indicator on the daily. So finally some green momentum coming out here of OMG. Definitely something that's very, very interesting to see on OMG. I mean, ever since that terrible news, I think it was terrible. I mean, I understand it. I know roadmap delays always happen, and you can't expect teams to fulfill their obligations as planned. Hiccups always happen. You always have to plan for those hiccups. And Omise said they were going to delay it by, I think it was 3 to 6 months. Roadmap was delayed. Everything was pushed back, and that's why we saw. That's why we really thought we were going to see an explosive turnout, but. Ever since they announced it, it was a little bit of waning pressure, but still not too bad of a bet to get into OMG here for now. Okay, let's check this out. EOS and BTS will integrate BTS into EOS and fix the UI. It will win at the end. EOS will be massive. Okay, let's get through this. Okay, I'm a big believer in EOS. I'm a big believer in EOS. I'm a big believer in ARC. I'm a big believer on BitShares. You know, I love Steemit. I do love Steemit as well. I love anything that Dan Larimer touches. You know, but it is concerning that he literally starts a project and leaves. But I think EOS was his master plan all along. EOS is essentially an endless project, endless upgrades, endless things that you could do with EOS. Absolutely amazing platform, or it should be amazing, right? They're looking at sub-second latency block times. Sub-second latency block times. That means under a second for a transaction to be completed. Under a second for a transaction to be completed. We'll see how much volume that each block can, or how many transactions you can cram inside each block. But delegated proof of stake, I think, destroys proof of stake. I don't like proof of stake. The rich get richer in proof of stake. I don't think it's a really decentralized platform. But delegated proof of stake is amazing, guys. You know, whether that be, I think Lisk is DPoS. I think ARC is DPoS. I know ARC is DPoS. BitShares is DPoS, which is delegated proof of stake. Absolutely amazing. I think EOS will be big. But when EOS finally comes out in a year or so, it's not going to be dealing with the same Ethereum. It won't be dealing with the same Qtum. It won't be dealing with the same Neo or all these other platforms. Lisk, you know, they're all going to have these major upgrades coming in within 6 months. So EOS will be competing with some heavy, solid competition and good competitors. So I definitely would, you know, maybe not put all your eggs in one basket for EOS. It's definitely a good hedge against all the other platforms, but I think it'll increase as it gets closer and closer to the end of the ICO. It is a year-long ICO, which is a radical move by Dan Larimer and team, but I think the tech will really prove itself at the end. I mean, I've seen a lot. I've been to a lot of conferences, and EOS was a hot topic subject. I mean, a lot of people loved EOS and are really excited for the EOS platform and what it is to bring. EOS and Qtum are really big competitors, or really big contenders to take that #1 platform spot from Ethereum. Rootstock is who knows when Rootstock is going to be implemented. Rootstock is the another upgrade onto Bitcoin, and I don't know if it's going to be upgraded to Bitcoin Cash. Who knows what's going on with Bitcoin Cash, but for Bitcoin specifically, that isn't a proposed upgrade for Bitcoin is Rootstock, and it will enable smart contracts. And when that enables smart contracts, that enables for things to be built off of Bitcoin. So you could have these escrow services off Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin Gold a good buy right now? I mean, let's go check that out, guys. I mean, Bitcoin Gold. We haven't looked into Bitcoin Gold ever since the fork here, so let's go check that out. We'll go into Bitfinex, or actually, let's go into Binance and check it out. Let's backtrack here and look at Bitcoin Gold and see where it's being traded most, and we'll pick that exchange. Bitcoin Gold here, $270. A little bit of a downtrend here. So it is Bitfinex. No big surprise there. So we'll check it out here. BTG USD on the Bitfinex dollar. Yep. Okay, not too much data to look at on the daily, right, guys? I mean, it just came out. On the 4 hour, we're looking down on the 4 hour. On the daily, we're looking, we don't know yet, but it does look down. It does look down, actually, on the stoichiometric RSI as well. But we're going to go back to the 4 hour, where it gives us a little bit better of a data set, and we get to see our trends here a little bit. It does look like it's going down, maybe actually waning and actually garnering a little bit of support if we could see it. I mean, it could be leveling off at that $200 mark. I mean, that's another nice little psychological level here. And let's go check out the walls and see what's happening with Bitcoin Gold. So it does look like there's heavy resistance for Bitcoin Gold. We could be seeing a small downside going on, but I think as time goes on, we may be garnering a little bit of support. But as we look into Bitcoin Gold, you cannot talk about Bitcoin Gold without talking about Vertcoin. Both the Bitcoin hard forks, both GPU compatible, one established, one kind of scammy. I mean, if we let me pull this up for you guys real quick. BTG and ETC rise and fall with BCH. ETC had a wallet upgrade, so you cannot say that, Ash. That is completely unrelated. Ethereum Classic has their Emerald wallet and a GUI update, so that's a little bit unrelated. IOTA will surpass people, will be 80s. IOTA is a pipe dream. IOTA is very, very down in the distant future. They've been having a lot of trouble lately. IOTA is not the safest bet. Bitfinex actually canceled or has stopped supporting a lot of IOTA pairings, if not all. I can't remember. But IOTA is a very long-term play, very, very long-term play. I mean, I'm talking about years down the line. It's just not proven yet. They haven't even enabled smart contracts on IOTA, so I really wouldn't take a look at that. It's a very, very long play. Let's look at Vertcoin. Yeah, I mean, Vertcoin is definitely, definitely a good contender. I mean, so what's happening with Vertcoin? The halving is coming up December 14th or 12th. I can't remember. I think it's December 12th. Let's look at this real quick. So we're gonna go BTC, LTC, VTC. All right. This is the famed chart that we want to look at. Okay. The halving. Next halving, estimated date, 12th of December, 2017. So the halving, what that means is you have a block reward. Every time you solve a block or every time your pool solves a block, you guys split that evenly based on how much work you do. Now, as time goes on, the blockchain becomes harder and harder to mine, and supply decreases. So right now, for Bitcoin, every block you solve around that 10-minute mark is what the block is solved at, and every block you get 12.5 Bitcoin per block solved, and that's distributed among the pool that is solved and solved the block. Litecoin is 25 coins per block. Vertcoin right now is 50, and it's going to be decreased to 25 on December 12th. Litecoin will decrease to 12.5 on August 15th, 2019. And in 2020, Bitcoin will decrease from 12.5 to 6.25, which is significantly lower. That'll boost the price of Bitcoin. That's an extreme long play. I mean, I can't even speculate about that. I mean, who knows what's going to happen to Bitcoin? It could go up, could go down. But oh yeah, guys, make sure you hit that like button if you do like this content. Make sure you guys subscribe. Do check out CryptoSomniac.com. We have a sign up for our newsletter right here. It's amazing content. So do check that out. Check out our Facebook group. Crypto Somniacs. Just all you have to do is type in Crypto Somniacs, or check it out on our description below on this YouTube video. Check out our Udemy course if you're new to Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in general. Amazing place to start. All your fundamentals, all the background about Bitcoin, what a hard fork is, what technical analysis is, how to read technical analysis. Great start, only for $10. Pretty good start. Right down in the description, you'll find the Udemy course right there. So pretty good content. Again, if you guys want me to go through this deeper and deeper, I can. If you want to book a one-on-one with me or Sam, we are available over at Setmore, and you can check that out as well in our description. But let's keep going through the markets here, guys. I'm not quite done here yet. Let's go. Vertcoin. Actually, we're gonna see what's Vertcoin's going on. What's going on with Vertcoin right now? What market's being traded? So it's up 18% today. Outstanding, right? Outstanding. Bittrex. Is the largest voluminous exchange. So we're going to go over to Bittrex here. BTC. Is it BTC or USD? It should be in BTC, right? Yep, the pairing is BTC. All right, and we drew this chart a long time ago, I think. We drew this upward trend, and that indicated critical support. Vertcoin didn't care. Vertcoin didn't care about the hard fork cancellation. Vertcoin didn't care about BCH rise or decrease. Vertcoin does as it pleases. That's what this chart really means. Vertcoin doesn't care about any of your struggles going on. Vertcoin is already established. There's already a community behind Vertcoin. Pretty nice coin going. I mean, pretty good movement going up here. I mean, I think we'll continue rising over this trend line, keep bouncing off this critical support line, and we're gonna draw this out, actually, the happening. So we're gonna draw this vertical line on December 12th here. Let's check it out. Oh, whoops, December 12th. Oh, yikes. All right, that is the happening. So I think we'll keep going up here. I mean, I think we may even hit that 0.08 mark. I mean, it's definitely not it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I mean, it could happen, but it is looking like it is slowing down a little bit on the hourly. MACD may cross on the bottom, so we may be seeing a short upside rather. But let's look at the 4 hour, take a look at what's going on. We see some resistance forming on this level here around that 0.078 mark here, 0.00078 mark. We are seeing some significant resistance, over 12 hours of trying to break through that resistance. So we are seeing some resistance. We may be seeing a slight triangle, upward descending triangle forming, and that's not too bad. I mean, I think it is good looking down, looking to stabilize. Volume dropping off here, so still too early to tell for Vertcoin, but it's a safe bet to try to get below that 0.0006 mark for Vertcoin. If you can buy under that 0.006 mark, 0.0006 mark, I don't want to be mistaken, that'll be good. Okay, just look at ETC the next time BCH makes its run. That's all I'm saying. Okay, where did the opening track come from? Sorry, off-topic question, but it's so cool. Where did the opening track come from? I have no idea. Play the BitConnect video stay. Okay, fine. I'll play the BitConnect video. Check us out on Instagram if you guys Instagram. Just type in CryptoSomniac. We have some hilarious memes going on there. So let's go to CryptoSomniac. Okay. Let me unmute this. Don't get that echo.
And let me tell you that we are really changing the world as we know it. The world is not anymore the way it used to be. No. Be connect. Wow. Be connect. Be connect. Thank you so much, Carlos from New York City. We're very excited.
Okay. All right. So you guys wanted to see it. There it was. All right. Pretty hilarious. No doubt about that. Really hilarious. Okay. All right. So let's keep going through this. So you guys asked about Vertcoin. We just went over Vertcoin. We are looking at that a short-term downside. We probably will bounce off this level one more time before actually making our decision whether we want to go up or down. Important to look at the charts. This is strong support here, so I definitely would look at the charts here. Yeah, I mean, definitely would look at the charts here. While this is coming down, I think it is going to come down a little bit. I think it will cross with that 66 candle average one more time. Definitely worth looking at Vertcoin for short-term prices. All right. Sir, have you talked about Bitcoin Cash? Just, you could, after this video ends, I think you could rewind this video. We talked about Bitcoin Cash extensively, mining profitability, what the purpose of Bitcoin Cash was. It was to cram more transactions in. But if you are really looking at one roundabout thing for people who are just joining us here about Bitcoin Cash is, if you're looking at transaction fees, go look into Litecoin, look into Ripple, look into Dogecoin, look into hundreds of other coins that are cheaper as a transaction medium. But if you're looking at sheer scalability and transaction volume, does Bitcoin Cash really solve that problem? It's unproven yet. It really is unproven. So I wouldn't, again, put all my eggs in one basket. But it is good to hedge a little bit. So let's go look at Lisk. So everyone's been asking about Lisk, the rebranding and whatnot. So, wow, okay, let's look at the daily here. Wow, Lisk having a little bit of a breakout. Yeah, wow, that's really impressive for Lisk having a little bit of a breakout. Really nice upward trending support showing here. Let's draw that out. I mean, I love looking at upward trending supports. I think that's a really nice indicator here. Oh, I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it always glitches out like that on TradingView and not Coinigy. Okay, so that's the upward trending support line here. I mean, I wouldn't call this. I wouldn't, base all my opinions on that upward trending support line because it is risky right now. I mean, there's a massive gap of data here, so we could be seeing a major correction. But on the daily, we did cross, and we are confirmed going up from that MACD line. I mean, let's zoom in a little bit and look at the 4 hour and see where we're really at. I mean, support's a little bit waning here. We are looking at a positive momentum on the squeeze bear momentum indicator here. RSI is a little high, maybe not the best time to buy in right now. I definitely would not buy in. I definitely would let that drop a little bit for Lisk to kind of equalize. I think a lot of the pressure going in and out of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, it's kind of manipulating this market a little bit. So I would let it drop closer to that support, and then we would think about buying here. Okay. Let's keep looking. Lisk will take down Ethereum. I don't think Lisk will take down Ethereum. Lisk is again Ethereum. I'm not saying Ethereum is good. I'm not saying Lisk is bad. I'm not saying Lisk is good and Ethereum is good either. They both have their downfalls. Lisk you could only program in Java and JavaScript, which is a huge hurdle. I mean, why not just do what Neo does and be able to program in any language? And while Ethereum, even a more abstract language is Solidity. I mean, Solidity. I mean, you can't even I'm an engineer. I went to engineering school. I didn't learn Solidity. I didn't know anyone who knew Solidity back in when I was in college. And I had a very strong programming focus in my school. It is pretty ridiculous that you can only program in JavaScript to this day. That's why I'm not too bullish on Stratus either. I mean, Stratus, you could only program in C#. What's the purpose of that? Why not expand your horizons? It's 2017. But again, if you do like that stability, if you do like that, it does create that a little bit of stability, a little bit of focused school of thought for Lisk and Ethereum and Stratus. So if you do like that, definitely a good bet. Neo has contracts. Lisk is the only chain for blockchain creation. That's false. There's plenty of other things that are for blockchain creation. You could either fork a coin. You could use Arc. They're implementing altcoin forks off of Arc. So yeah, I definitely I don't. Yeah, that's definitely not an accurate statement there. You could definitely fork several coins, and there are several platforms already out there that you can utilize to pull out your own blockchain. Yeah, definitely not correct. Universal Console General. So we're gonna probably wrap it up here soon. Please like the video if you did like the content. Please subscribe. If you want to learn more and want to pick my brain a little bit, we do one-on-one appointments on Udemy. If you're completely new to cryptocurrencies, check out our Udemy course. One-on-one appointments on Setmore. Check out our Udemy course. If you are brand new or you do want to learn a little bit more technical analysis, consider joining the Moon Lounge for if you want these specific levels of where I would buy and sell at. And I do trade all my trades. I do post all my trades. And I am a daily trader. I tried to be a daily trader. Ever since the hard fork, though, I did kind of reserve my trading to kind of stay into Bitcoin and kind of hedge everything on Bitcoin. But ever since the hard fork was canceled, I have been trading more and more throughout the day, throughout the week rather, because it just got canceled. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, guys, stay a crypto somniac because the rich never sleep.